Just when everyone thought the electric revolution had won, Mazda turned the tables. Its new rotary engine surprised experts worldwide, cleaner, faster, and more efficient than anyone believed possible. This innovation could end Tesla's reign and revolutionize the entire electric vehicle market. Buckle up, because this changes the future of cars forever. Join us and let's discover why these innovations will revolutionize the world. Let's go! Number 9. Mazda MX-30 REV, the electric car that runs on gasoline. Nobody saw this coming. In 2023, Mazda dropped the MX-30 REV into European markets, and it looked like any other boring electric crossover from the outside. Compact shape, modern styling, the kind of car your neighbor buys to feel good about saving the planet. Then you pop the hood and find an 830cc rotary engine sitting there like it owns the place. This wasn't Mazda being nostalgic. This was calculated warfare against the EV industry's biggest weakness. The setup gives you about 50 miles of pure electric driving in the city, silent operation, zero emissions, all that smooth electric stuff people actually like. But the moment your battery hits the danger zone, that little rotary spins to life and becomes your personal power plant on wheels. The engine doesn't drive the wheels directly. It acts as a generator, feeding electricity back into the battery pack while you keep driving. Total range jumps beyond 370 miles. European drivers went crazy for it because they finally got an EV that didn't leave them stranded in the middle of nowhere. No more planning trips around charging stations, no more range anxiety ruining weekend getaways. The rotary runs at a constant, optimized speed instead of varying wildly like engines in regular cars. That steady operation cuts wear and tear dramatically. Fuel economy in generator mode hits around 40 miles per gallon. Emissions meet modern European standards without breaking a sweat. The whole system weighs hundreds of pounds less than the massive battery packs that pure EVs need to achieve similar range. Mazda priced it competitively too. The MX-30 REV starts around 35,000 euros in Europe, undercutting many pure electric competitors. Buyers get the freedom of gasoline with the efficiency of electric driving. The car proved something important. You don't need 1,000 pounds of batteries to make electric vehicles work for real people in real situations. Critics called it a compromise. Mazda called it the future. Sales numbers suggested buyers agreed with Mazda. The MX-30 REV became the test bed for everything that came next, including a patent filing that made Tesla's engineers lose sleep. Number 8. Mazda's August 2025 6-stroke rotary patent. August 2025 brought a patent filing that changed the entire conversation about clean transportation. Mazda didn't just improve their rotary engine, they fundamentally redesigned how combustion works. The patent describes a 6-stroke rotary that adds 2 extra strokes to the traditional 4-stroke cycle. Those bonus strokes do something that sounds like science fiction. They extract hydrogen from regular pump gasoline while the engine runs. You pull up to any corner gas station, fill your tank with ordinary unleaded, drive away. But inside the combustion chamber, the engine is separating hydrogen molecules from the fuel, burning that hydrogen cleanly, and trapping most of the carbon before it reaches the tailpipe. What comes out is mostly water vapor and trace emissions far below current regulatory limits. The patent includes specific technical details that prove this isn't vaporware. New fuel injectors operating at ultra-high pressure create a fine mist that burns more completely. Variable port timing optimizes airflow across different engine speeds. Advanced cooling passages remove heat 30% faster than previous rotary designs. The apex seals get coated in diamond-like carbon that triples durability and pushes service life expectations toward 150,000 miles. Mazda estimates the system achieves over 40 miles per gallon while producing emissions cleaner than many current hybrid vehicles. The flexibility is the real weapon. The engine can run on gasoline, biofuels, synthetic blends, or pure hydrogen when infrastructure catches up. You're not locked into one fuel source or dependent on a charging network that might not exist where you live. The complete package weighs less than 100 pounds, compared to EV battery packs topping 1,000 pounds. Manufacturing relies on ordinary steel and conventional processes instead of rare earth metals from unstable supply chains. Mazda's internal estimates suggest drivetrain costs could drop by roughly 25% compared to equivalent EV systems. For the electric vehicle industry, this patent represents an existential threat. It offers a path to clean transportation that sidesteps battery bottlenecks, charging delays, and range anxiety completely. I'm going to ask you a simple question. Are you a naturally curious person? If you're watching, I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. This space is made for people like us. To ensure you're always part of this community and receive all our latest discoveries, you just need to do one thing. Subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to stay connected with us. Okay, now that you're part of our Legion of the Curious, let's move on to the next item. Number 7. Tesla Supercharger Network. The advantage that's not enough anymore. Tesla built its empire on the supercharger network. Over 50,000 charging stalls worldwide. Seamless payment through the car's touchscreen. Locations strategically placed along major highways. For years, this network gave Tesla an unbeatable advantage. Competitors had cars, but Tesla had infrastructure that actually worked. Then, Mazda's Rotary hybrid showed up and made the entire network less relevant. A supercharger takes 30 to 40 minutes to add 200 miles of range under ideal conditions. A gas pump adds 400 miles in 5 minutes. The math isn't complicated. For road trips, refueling speed matters more than anything else. The supercharger advantage also depends on geography. Drive through California or along the East Coast, and you'll find chargers everywhere. Head into rural Montana or West Texas, and those convenient charging stops disappear. Gaps of 100 miles or more between stations become common. Tesla owners plan routes around charger locations, checking availability before leaving home. Mazda's approach eliminates that entire planning process. Every gas station becomes a refueling option. Small towns with no charging infrastructure work fine. Remote highways that make EV owners nervous become simple drives. The freedom fundamentally changes how people think about long-distance travel. Tesla has started opening superchargers to other EV brands, hoping to maintain network dominance even as competition grows. But that strategy assumes everyone stays committed to pure electric vehicles. Mazda's Rotary hybrid offers an escape route. Buyers can get electric driving efficiency without becoming dependent on any charging network. The supercharger network remains impressive. It's just not enough anymore when competitors offer alternatives that work everywhere gasoline is sold. Tesla's infrastructure advantage is crumbling, and opening chargers to rivals won't stop the erosion. Number 6. BYD Seagull, China's budget EV facing a rotary problem. BYD Seagull sells for under $10,000 in China. That price point seemed unbeatable, a death blow to gasoline cars in the world's largest automotive market. Tiny electric hatchback. Just enough range for city commutes. Cheap enough that millions of Chinese buyers could afford their first new car. BYD sold them as fast as factories could build them. But the Seagull strategy has a fatal flaw that Mazda's Rotary hybrid exposes brutally. That $10,000 price depends on massive production subsidies from the Chinese government. It relies on dirt-cheap battery production at scales no other country can match. And it only works in markets with dense charging infrastructure and buyers who rarely drive far from home. Try exporting the Seagull to Europe or America and the economics collapse. Tariffs add thousands to the price. Shipping costs eat margins. Safety regulations require expensive modifications. Suddenly, that $10,000 car costs $20,000 or more, making it compete directly with better vehicles from established brands. Mazda's Rotary hybrid, priced around $30,000, doesn't seem competitive at first glance. But it works everywhere. No charging infrastructure required. No range limitations for road trips. No battery degradation concerns killing resale value. For international markets, that flexibility justifies the higher price point. BYD tried solving this problem by building battery factories outside China. Plants in Europe and Southeast Asia aim to reduce shipping costs and avoid tariffs. But construction takes years and costs billions. Meanwhile, Mazda's Rotary engines use conventional manufacturing processes that any existing automotive factory can adopt quickly. The Seagull proved that ultra-cheap EVs could work in specific markets under specific conditions. Mazda's Rotary proved that flexible hybrids could work everywhere under any conditions. Buyers in developed markets increasingly choose flexibility over rock-bottom prices. That shift threatens BYD's expansion plans outside China. Number 5. Toyota's hybrid strategy. Vindication after years of criticism. For years, automotive journalists hammered Toyota for refusing to go all in on electric vehicles. The company kept building hybrids while competitors poured billions into pure EV platforms. Critics called them outdated. Analysts predicted Toyota would lose market share to more aggressive rivals. Environmental groups accused them of delaying the transition to clean transportation. Then Mazda's Rotary hybrid appeared, and suddenly Toyota's multi-path strategy looked brilliant. The company had been saying for years that different markets need different solutions. Pure EVs work great in Norway with cheap hydroelectric power and tiny distances. They struggle in rural America with long drives and coal-powered grids. Hybrids bridge that gap. Toyota sells more hybrids than any other automaker. The Prius became synonymous with fuel efficiency. The RAV4 hybrid outsells most pure electric SUVs. Hybrid Camrys dominate taxi fleets because they deliver reliability and low operating costs without range anxiety. That experience taught Toyota lessons that pure EV makers are still learning. Industry sources hint at collaboration between Toyota and Mazda on rotary hybrid sports cars. Toyota has production scale and global reach. Mazda has rotary expertise and compact engine designs. Together, they could build hybrids that combine Toyota's legendary reliability with Mazda's performance engineering. Number 4. Public charging network reliability. The 50% failure rate. 5 million public charging points exist worldwide according to industry counts. That sounds impressive until you examine how many actually work when drivers need them. Nearly half of EV owners report problems with stations that either don't work properly or deliver charging speeds far below advertised rates. Equipment failures happen constantly. Broken card readers, malfunctioning cables, software glitches that prevent charging sessions from starting, stations that show available on apps but are actually out of service when you arrive. Experienced EV owners carry backup plans and know multiple charging locations for any route longer than 100 miles. The reliability problem gets worse with fast chargers, which are more complex and prone to issues than slower Level 2 chargers. DC fast charging equipment requires sophisticated cooling systems, high-voltage power management, and constant software updates. Any component failure can take a station offline for days or weeks while parts arrive and technicians make repairs. Rural areas suffer most from reliability issues. Low traffic volumes mean charging companies prioritize urban stations for maintenance. A broken charger in downtown Los Angeles gets fixed within hours. The same problem at a rural highway station might take weeks to resolve. Drivers depending on that charger for a critical leg of their journey are simply out of luck. Even working chargers create frustration. Level 2 chargers found in many parking lots take 8 to 12 hours to fully charge a depleted battery. That's fine for overnight charging at home. It's useless when you're on a road trip. DC fast chargers reduce time to 30 or 40 minutes for 80% charge, but frequent fast charging accelerates battery degradation. Mazda's Rotary hybrid makes this entire infrastructure irrelevant. Every gas station becomes a refueling option, and gas pumps work reliably because they're simple mechanical devices that have been refined over decades. 5-minute refueling replaces 40-minute charging sessions. No apps, no membership cards, no wondering if the equipment will work. Number 3. Ford and GM's Ultium platform. Billions bet on the wrong horse. General Motors poured billions into their Ultium battery platform, calling it the foundation of their electric future. Ford invested heavily in EV production lines and supplier contracts. Both companies committed to all-electric lineups by 2035. Then sales growth slowed, losses mounted, and Mazda's Rotary hybrid showed there might be a better path. The Ultium platform was supposed to give GM a cost advantage through economies of scale, standardized battery packs across multiple vehicle models, simplified manufacturing, reduced development costs for new EVs. On paper, the strategy looked brilliant. In practice, it locked GM into an approach that assumes customers want pure electric vehicles. Early results are troubling. The GM Hummer EV launched to strong initial interest, but sales quickly plateaued. The Cadillac Lyriq struggles to find buyers despite good reviews. The Chevrolet Blazer EV faced software problems that forced GM to halt sales temporarily. Combined EV sales for GM remain tiny compared to their gasoline vehicle volume. Ford's experience mirrors GM's challenges. The F-150 Lightning generates excitement but limited volume. Number 2. Diamond-like carbon apex seals. For decades, apex seals killed the rotary engine's reputation. These small components seal the combustion chamber as the rotor spins. They wear out fast under the extreme temperatures and pressures inside the engine. Original rotary engines needed rebuilds every 80,000 miles because seal failure caused compression loss and catastrophic damage. Mazda's breakthrough came from materials science rather than engine design. Diamond-like carbon coating provides a surface 3 times harder than previous materials. The coating withstands temperatures exceeding 1800 degrees Fahrenheit without degrading. Friction drops dramatically, reducing heat generation and mechanical wear. Service life expectations jumped to 150,000 miles or more with the new seals. That puts rotary engines in the same reliability range as conventional piston engines that have been refined over a century. Owners no longer face expensive rebuilds as routine maintenance. The seal replacement interval extends beyond most people's ownership period. The coating process itself is relatively simple and inexpensive. Manufacturers apply diamond-like carbon through a vacuum deposition process that takes minutes per seal. Material costs are low compared to the performance improvement. This combination of dramatic performance gains and minimal cost increase made the technology a no-brainer for production applications. Advanced cooling systems complement the improved seals. Mazda redesigned oil passages to remove heat 30% faster than previous rotary engines. Better cooling keeps seals operating within safe temperature ranges even during sustained high-speed driving. The combination of harder materials and better cooling essentially solved the reliability problems that destroyed the Rotary's reputation. Number 1. Mazda RX-9 concept. The 400 horsepower hybrid coming in 2027. Mazda's CEO, Masahiro Moro, formally launched the Rotary Engine Development Group on February 1, 2025. That organizational change signaled serious intent to bring the iconic RX sports car back to production. Internal targets aim for a 2027 launch of what enthusiasts are calling the RX-9, though Mazda hasn't confirmed that nameplate. The concept shown earlier promises around 400 horsepower from a rotary hybrid system. That power level puts it squarely against performance competitors like the Toyota Supra and Nissan Z. But the rotary hybrid approach offers advantages that pure gasoline or electric sports cars can't match. Electric motors provide instant torque off the line. The rotary engine delivers sustained power at high speeds, and that distinctive screaming sound enthusiasts love. Combined, the system should offer sub-5-second 0 to 60 acceleration with driving dynamics that feel more engaging than heavy battery-powered alternatives. Weight becomes a crucial advantage. The rotary engine and small battery pack weigh hundreds of pounds less than the massive battery required for a pure EV sports car. Lower weight means better handling, sharper steering response, and improved balance through corners. These factors matter enormously for performance driving. Mazda's board will greenlight production only if pre-order interest and sales forecasts justify the investment. Industry watchers suggest 50,000 units in the first year could be the tipping point that determines whether the rotary sports car becomes reality or remains a show concept. Early enthusiasm among car communities suggests demand exists, but converting online excitement into actual orders remains uncertain. The RX-9 represents more than one sports car. It's a statement that rotary hybrids can deliver performance and emotion alongside efficiency. Success could open doors for rotary technology in other Mazda vehicles and potentially licensed applications with partner automakers.
Still curious? Then don't stop now. The next mystery is already waiting for you. Just click the video on screen. I saved it just for you. See you there, curious one.